Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to run down to Detroit, actually Southfield to be specific, and spend a little time with Nakia Mills. She's the marketing director for BBB, the Better Business Bureau of Detroit and Eastern Michigan. And Nakia, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. How you doing?
Great. Thank you for having me on this lovely snowy day.
It is, yeah, no kidding. It is. So let just remind everybody what the BBB does.
So our primary focus is definitely keeping consumers and businesses educated so that they avoid being scammed. Trustworthy marketplaces help us, operate safe where both businesses and consumers can rely on each other so we're not getting money taken from us. So.
Yeah. And as I remember originally, I mean, I'm not saying I was there for when BBB first started, but it was also to guard people against bad businesses. It's like they don't pay their debts or they don't think. So if somebody registered with you that there's a problem, then that was on your records and you could share that. And I think that was the inception. Now it's gone much more protective.
That's correct. Originally, back in 1912, when they were seeing dishonest advertising and there was just companies running amok, telling lies, just whatever to get a consumer, you're absolutely correct. So, but what we're trying to do now is not only be there for you, of course, if you are scammed, we want to know, but we're also trying to educate people more before the scam comes.
Little bit of preventative maintenance. And remember,
Exactly.
1912, I said I was not there for the beginning of that. All right. All right. Yeah. So let's go over 2023. Give us a couple of highlights, two or three.
It's always a sad highlights. The news is online purchase scams. They will not go away. We live in this digital world now. Everyone shops online. The tricksters know that's where we are. So the scammers are there waiting for us. So last year alone, in our service area, not all of the United States, we received 46%, I'm sorry, of all our reports were online purchase scams. These are people who maybe ordered something, now people see an ad on Facebook. Ooh, that's a cool trinket. So they order it, it never comes. They paid the money, so it's a lot of those types of scams. And we try to tell people, use your credit card because those scams are not going anywhere. We're constantly working to get that number down. And employment scams, a lot of people maybe tried, to work for themselves. Last year, a lot of people started trying to return to work. So number 2 on our ranking was employment scams, just people trying to do honest hard work. Instead, now they have your personal information and they're just using it for identity theft and you don't have a job. And then there's still always the typical, your phishing doesn't go away. That link that comes in your message saying, hey, we just did the auto payment for this $800 virus protection. Thank you. You click on it like, no, I don't want that. And then you've opened them up to all your computer and all your information. So those were our top 3 this year. And we always try to remind people there are so many other things happening. For instance, February, romance, Valentine's Day. So the scammers are out there looking for people feeling lonely. Those were big last year. They're big every year and probably will be again, sadly, this year.
Not the first to fall prey to romance, right? All right. So listen, Nakia, we've got about 3 minutes left. 7 notable things that we should be kind of on the outlook for next year.
Well, first things first, this is a election year, so we know what that means. So just be smart. These fraudsters know that we're all passionate about something. So they'll be calling you. They might look and see what you're doing on social media and notice that, oh, this person's very passionate about, women's rights. So now they're going to call you on the phone, try to get a donation for you to support the politician who believes in your cause. Be very careful with those. Also, AI is on the rise. So this year we will most definitely be watching for that. We even set up a new website page. It's bbb.org/AI. and it's full of tips. So we're preparing for 2024 for that. We're definitely looking at younger adults this year because they were victims of the employment scams the most. So we're going to try to start educating the young people on what to watch for with employment scams. Those are just some of them, sadly. It's so many more things we have to focus on.
Yeah, there really are. There's a few things coming up. And I actually had this personal situation. It's where they jump in kind of in the middle of a transaction. I was trying to get tickets to a local theater and wound up purchasing them from a third party
Oh,
at twice as much and couldn't get a refund. And they were not designated seats, but they somehow jumped into the transaction. So there's a
you know
lot
what you have to do with that?
yeah.
You have to report that, bbb.org/scam tracker, so other people don't get scammed. Let us know. Maybe you can get some help.
There you go. I just want my money back if I could swing by your office, Nakia.
I wish we could.
There you go. Well, Nakia, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Nakia Mills, the marketing director for the Better Business Bureau of Detroit and East Michigan. Give our best to Melanie Ducanel, your director, and keep up the good work because you're saving us all a lot.
Thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for being with us. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.